Episode 119.
I'm up 2-0.
About that.
You ain't never seen nobody do that.
He said Parks.
Hey man, look, we are doing something very, 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 very special. Episode 119. We have group. Is it 1937?
Yeah,
the 1937. The 1937.
1937. The 1937
And
group.
there's a meaning behind that. This is Brother Ambrose. Am I saying that correctly?
That's correct.
Okay. And then we got Ice. Okay.
Absolutely.
He just fuck his other two names. Now he's Ice.
Eric.
This is battle rap
Ice.
name now.
What's his last name again?
Ice Gibson.
Gibson. All right, that sounds like a baseball player too. Could you?
God damn.
No, so I played baseball. Played baseball and football.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Who you play for?
Kenwood.
Oh, okay. I would call y'all trash.
Were you able to focus on the sports and not the girls because they have a reputation of having the pretty high school women when we were in high school? No R. Kelly shit here in high school. See, I clarified this. He was ghetto. So you were able to focus on
Do we really
sports.
want to go into that? Because you know I saw him constantly, right?
I believe you.
Okay.
Which is how we knew that anything they say about him is true.
Yeah.
Facts.
Whoever doused that, bro, needs to go to jail with him. How about that? it's facts, bro.
I met Aaliyah because he was in McDonald's hoeing.
And McDonald's hoeing.
Only on the corner.
This is when he had 4Runner, his Toyota 4Runner, and she was like the most beautiful woman I had ever seen. Mad shout outs to my fiance right now. But at the time,
You hear him?
Right.
she was the most beautiful woman I had ever
That's
seen. And I
clarification.
just
She got
ran
on
over
train,
and
right.
literally knocked on the door and started talking to her.
You know what? We would usually argue, but we don't have time today because you said that about her looks and her music. All right? It's okay, though.
It's all right, man. It's okay. Hey, look. I'm actually very honored right now because y'all are doing something in a space that,
Pioneering.
yeah, no one has been able to accomplish what you guys have accomplished thus far. And I just want to say kudos to y'all, man. Great fucking job, man. Like, for real. Like, the shit y'all got going
Right
on,
on up.
it's crazy.
You have a whole button.
We are in a beautiful space. This man, I wish y'all could see the space. Maybe we'll do something after the show just to show the space. But man, this shit is amazing. It's out south. You would not think that it's this dope inside it of this building. Shout out to the realtor.
Wait, I pulled up the park, right? Okay, I'm on the phone with these two guys.
Yeah.
I'm back into the lot just to wait in front of the laundromat.
I saw you.
Oh, I saw you too.
I saw you
Yep.
do the
I had
U-turn
to.
in the. You know, I don't want the
That's
police to
fine.
give you a ticket. My
Sorry,
bad.
they can't get me. They can't get me, goddamn. I'll give a ticket, goddamn. You know, so I'm back into the spot, right? A guy helps me back in. He say, come on, I'm looking like I don't need no help back in. This is crackheaded behavior at its finest, goddamn it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm back
In front
in.
of the laundromat.
In front of the laundromat. So I'm back in. You know, I let my window down, so I want to, what you got to say? He said, man, you got some change for some chicken?
Change for chicken. That's some Southside shit.
That was low-key a bar, though.
Actually, bro,
Low-key a bar.
that's 30 years old. You can't. Change ain't buying you chicken
At all.
nowhere.
You know, what saved him was the spot is right there. The little spot's right there.
Right.
I'm looking like, I ain't going to shit on you, man, but that's to give kudos to what he said about the spot being this immaculate in the area, that's up and coming, but it hasn't came up yet.
This is
You know
where
what
I
I'm
grew
saying?
up. 4 blocks away. I grew up four blocks away.
Yeah, just to let everybody know, we in the South Shore neighborhood. That's the headquarters for the 1937 group. This is where we at.
Right.
Well, let's talk about 1937 group, man. Tell me about it. How did it start? Who's in charge? What's going on? Like this, I want to know. I want to know everything about it.
Everybody don't know this, though.
Charles is in charge.
Charles in charge. Let me give him a boost real quick, though.
I'm old. My
If
bad.
you go to the website, this is not the same guy. I'm just gonna tell you that right now.
Man, look here. That was astounding.
Yeah.
That was astounding, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? You can't judge a book by its cover, even though I do this shit all the motherfucking time. I don't care. It's a difference, though. But before you kick that off, what's so important about the number 1937? And when it comes to y'all?
Yeah, so I mean, for us, 1937 represents where we come from. You know what I'm saying? We're coming from the struggle. You know what I'm saying? We're coming from people holding us down and willfully trying to lock us up and not just imprison us, but enslave us and keep us enslaved. You know what I'm saying? Over this plant, you know, based off of the Marijuana Tax Act of 1937. That's what the reference is to. You know what I'm saying? And so now it's 2022, about to be 2023. It's like 36 states within the United States that have legalized marijuana in some form or another, right? It's billions and billions of dollars being made every single year. And guess who's not getting any of it? The people who's been locked up for generations.
Talk that shit.
That's what the fuck 1937 stands for.
Absolutely.
You know?
It's very interesting, man. I don't smoke weed, but I get it.
You sure?
I do drugs. I do other drugs. Okay? I do other drugs, yeah. Shit that costs a whole lot more than weed.
Okay. All right. Tony Montana. Amon Montana. You said Ridley.
It's okay. I was the same way. Seriously, I was the same. I didn't do anything until I got cancer.
Got
it was the first time I ever smoked, which was actually my second round of cancer. I didn't smoke.
Oh man, hold on, man,
bro. You a survivor, bro. You a battler.
I just told the guys I just hit my 1 year remission. 3 weeks ago. So
congrats, brother.
Salute, brother. Absolutely.
You're here for a reason, not for a season.
But that's when I started using all these chemo drugs, right? Which is the crazy thing. I'm sorry,
no,
cut
you
you off,
good.
but like
this is
it is amazing how we can now going through this, right? I grew up. I'm a Navy boy, right? So I didn't do anything.
Salute again.
Thank you, appreciate it. I do it all over again. I never let my son do it.
Understood.
It's wild. It's wild, right? But we watch commercials, and there's a list of like 80 things that are terrible for you on regular drugs that are sold. You don't even, not even over the counter. Literally, you just go to, or they're prescribed.
Yeah. Yep.
And you can get them, and people are like, absolutely, I need this. But this plant that comes from the ground, they're like, oh, hell no, we can't do that. What are you, a drug addict?
I hate all those commercials where they have like that fast language, like can result in rectal bleeding.
Ain't no leakage. Rectal bleeding.
Yeah, your whole ear gonna fall off, really.
That's a good point, though. Yeah.
Your hair falls out.
Yeah.
Your stuff don't work anymore. I'm like, nah, dog.
You give a good logo.
Right. We don't do none of that.
But you're like, but this thing that helps boost the economy because you're hungry, we're not gonna let you do that.
And is a cure for a lot of things.
And is a cure. And you know what? It's like I don't even want to speak of cures. Even if it wasn't, why is it?
Well, I have a testimony because my son had epilepsy, something serious, and he got selected to be part. He has a plug, but he got selected to be part of a group, a case study. Man, them procedures went away right away.
Yeah,
right away. Best thing about it's nothing worse than worrying about your child.
Facts.
Every day, all day, even when they right next to you.
Facts.
Man, marijuana or this plant, this flower was godsend. It's godsend.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But let's talk about you and your journey. You know, there's a lot to be said about the work that you've done, and I'm just interested to know, how did you even get in that space?
Yeah, man. I mean, I'll tell you that.
Is he laughing already? See that?
What's up? All right.
Let's keep it above.
Look. All right. So when
I gotta watch your ass, man.
I'm gonna tell you how we got like I got started, right? And then I'll let Eric tell how he got plugged in. You know what I'm saying? Give him
plugs we met.
Everybody got their own. When it comes to the 1937 group, right? We are a real diverse team. Everybody has their own background, their own history, their own relationship with the plant, their own journey, whatever it is, right? So I personally, I've always been a consumer ever since I was probably like 15 or something, you know. But at the same time, I had a lot of family, you know, close family and cousins who've been in jail, in and out of jail my whole life over it, you know?
Right.
And so, I mean, personally, I've been arrested multiple times, but, and for weed possession with an intent to distribute, whatever, but you know, I was able to still go to college. I went to UIC, got my bachelor's, got my master's.
Hey, you UIC in the building. I respect it.
Yeah, right.
I respect it.
I got a question for both y'all. Why you remember him, bro? When you get done.
Yeah, so I got my master's in healthcare administration. I ended up going into healthcare, hospital management, medical group management. Did that, for, focused on like quality, process improvements, patient safety, regulatory compliance, all of that shit. Running departments for the top, healthcare organizations in the nation. And then ultimately, like, I had a buddy that went to UIC with me also, and he came to me, he's like, yo, Illinois about to legalize cannabis. What's up? Let's go ahead and get in. He's like, they got a social equity program. I'm like, what? Social equity? What's that? And so I looked into it, and I was like, okay, it looks like this shit is like meant for somebody like me.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and try it out. Like, you can't sit back and complain if you don't at least try. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it started. I started, team building, just understanding the rules and what we would need to be successful. And that's kind of where Eric comes in.
Man, it was wild. I just get this LinkedIn message one day, right? So everybody can find me, Eric J. Ice Gibson on LinkedIn. Right? Ice really is my last
That's
name.
fucking crazy to me, man.
8 family members that live right around the corner, all Ices.
Right.
And, we're all from Chicago, Detroit, and New York. So,
Yeah, I know what time it
I'm
is.
just saying. But I get this message from Ambrose and his buddy, and it was like real talk. Like, I was like, this is the most spammy Amway message that I think I've ever got through LinkedIn. But then I looked at it, had a call with you and Key, and was just like, yo, this is the truth at all.
It was a cold message on LinkedIn.
Cold message on LinkedIn.
I was like, there was certain skill sets that I
I'm an
needed
IT
to bring to
professional.
the table.
So
I just scouted out different people from different ways. You know what I'm saying?
You have to, though.
You a genius, man. I see what you're doing out here. No, I see.
So Ambrose
Very
is
similar to myself.
mad underselling the things that he has put together in all of these different companies. Like, I complain all the time that we start another damn company every other week. But
You did say
that. The thought and the brain power behind it all makes sense. I can't keep it all straight in my mind, but it all makes sense. But yeah, I get this message on LinkedIn, have this conversation, and it's like, yeah, absolutely. I would love to be part of this. I'm not from the industry. I don't smoke at all, but pops and moms.
Exactly.
I grew up around cigarettes and weed smoke, like
The funny
a lot.
cigarettes, yeah.
So it wasn't a negative to me. I just didn't do it. I wasn't,
Right.
spent all this time in the Navy. It just wasn't something that popped in my mind to do. I went to the wood, right? I saw it all the time. Get this message, join the team, and man, it's been a roller coaster, man. Like, do you want to even jump into
Like which roller coaster, though?
Is it the what they call it?
Which
The
Which
eagle?
ones?
The
Which
eagle?
ones do you go all the way to the top and get stuck?
That's
like,
the eagle.
that's
That's
what
the
it
eagle.
feels
Yeah,
like.
that's the eagle.
It's not the eagle.
You gotta mention like the group. Like maybe just give us an idea.
Man.
Like, what
Our
else
group is wild.
What's like the number? I know you said it's like 20 of them, but just like maybe just like what is it? What are the wings of it? I know you got like a real estate wing. You ain't gotta go into detail about it.
Yeah. I mean, so I've learned everything as I go, right? I mean, nobody in this industry gives you anything. Nobody tells you anything.
Sounds
It's
familiar.
like they hold everything close to their chest.
Yeah.
So you got to fucking figure it out yourself.
Because
But
they're
ulti-
collecting billions.
Right. Ultimately, though, 1937 Group is meant to be the parent company for all of our operating entities in the cannabis space, right? Legalized cannabis space. So, we applied for, and we were actually one of 3 out of 7,000 applicants in Illinois who won one of every license type, right? That they applied for. So specifically, we want a retail dispensary license, a craft grow cultivation license, and a transportation license. There's also an infusion license, but we decided kind of midway through we were not going to apply for that just because we could do everything you need
He
to
says
do with
midway
that
through.
cultivation.
Literally, it was the last 4 days of having to submit the application. We were like, no, we don't need to do this shit. Like, it
just
comes with the
added too
craft
much-
girl.
it added
Like,
too
So
much
y'all probably
cost.
would have got it too, then, basically.
Yeah.
Y'all on
It
a
added
roll.
too much cost. Like,
it's built into the craft girl license, so we can infuse.
Right.
I just wanted
there
to
you go.
correct the
It
record
wasn't
about
necessary then.
halfway through. I'm like,
wasn't
no, bro,
necessary.
it was literally the last 4 days.
Like,
Yeah.
The way y'all thought about that with enough on y'all had enough on y'all plate already, and not get that license, but knowing that the one license y'all do have, the craft or whatever, it could be used as well. That's good brain power right there.
Yeah. So like the idea is to create a vertically integrated entity right out the gate, and then put us in a position where we don't have to necessarily rely on our competitors to feed us. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the main thing. And a lot of people try to do it, but it was actually very, very difficult because every application was hundreds of pages long, a completely unique business model. And we had to learn it from start to finish within a matter of a couple of months. And put it all on paper in terms of what we were gonna do. So yeah, it was tough. So at the end of the day, though, like we here and we represent where we coming from, and we building upon what we got. So it's like when I talk about like learning, like people like the organizational structure, right? Because cannabis and weed companies are federally illegal, it doesn't make sense to put some of your other business ventures under the same umbrella.
I see what you're
You
saying.
see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because there's like negative tax implications. So, as you was mentioning, okay, we got like a different company for real estate. We got a different company that owns all of our intellectual property, all of our brands. That's KVL International.
I saw that.
Yep. So that's what's throwing the flower ball, which, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. You know what I mean? So now, do you guys actually have a brick and mortar store? If I just want to come in and purchase, where's that brick and mortar located?
So we're working on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, we're working on it.
So everything's online at this point?
That's the
Let's
thing.
talk
That's what
about
people.
the struggle.
This is something we've been doing. We've been working on this for 4 years straight.
For real.
4 years putting in our blood,
Full piece?
sweat, energy, money. 4 years without making a single dime. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All while having, so the way, like I've read this damn bill so many times, I'm tired, right? Like literally my brain, like I'm the, like that's article, that's 75, 35, 15. It's the craft grower or whatever. Actually, I think it's like 30, 15. But anyway, like it's insane everything. Like everyone's talked about it, but getting to the point where you even, like the respect that I have for everyone that even put in a license, like, it wasn't, I just came back from Oklahoma. Their license is a page and a half. The second page is really just filling out your
This state's so
deposit
political,
information.
man.
Our application, yes, is 2 pages, but the information that they required, our dispensary license, 637 pages. The craft grow license, 714 pages. The transportation and security was another 600
These
pages.
is home run record numbers.
This is for the social equity program, right? So you're talking about how do we take people who have not been in this industry and allow them to get in this industry, but then we have all these barriers to entry just to submit a damn application.
Right.
Forget everything. Let's talk about let's talk about some barriers, right? $40,000 to submit
The application?
for a license, right? For a craft grow.
I can see that. I can see
Now,
that.
the actual application. So remember, the way the process works is you submit your application. There's no guarantee you're going to get anything because we have a lottery process. So we spent $50,000+ that we don't have, right? Like we have a good network
Right.
of individuals. If you started looking at the backgrounds of all of us that are in the 1937 group, you're like, well, shit, is that the baseline? Like, is that the baseline of what everybody should be? Should it be multiple degrees for everybody in your group to be able to break into this? Because if you've been incarcerated 2-3 times, what the hell degree are you going to have that you've been affected by this industry, right? These are the things that bother me, which is how we got into the community engagement project, right? So we're submitting this application. We're doing all of these things, right? And one of the things that is on this application is the community engagement plan. I'm like, oh, this is dope. We probably spent 400, 500, 600 hours or more on each application, or the combination of the applications.
Community engagement with weed. Am I just handing out weed? Like, what are we doing?
No,
Are we selling it? You know what I'm saying? Like, help me understand what that means. Yeah,
It's like a test line.
right.
A test line.
In my people mind,
that's part of the idea, right? The community, they fuck with you, you know?
Exactly.
He made y'all sound like the taste test line in New Jack City. Goddamn.
Right. So
I just want some understanding for the public.
Let's break down like what a community, like there were no rules to what a community engagement plan was, right?
Which is good.
Ours was probably about.
Well, no, they said that you
That's
got
good,
to do one. You got to do
That's
one of
true.
a few list of
You
things,
did
right? You
have
got to
some
give
bullet
money
points.
to a substance abuse treatment center.
Okay.
Like
Correct.
that was one of the things that you could do. Like, go ahead.
So while we're doing this application, right? This entire application is worth what? 250 points is what the application is worth. The community engagement program that we spent hours working on would come to find out. And really, if I had read this better, it would have been more obvious. But it's just bonus points. So it's not even like the things when you talk about our state, right? And you talk about this program and you look at on paper and in words, we were the gold standard of what everyone wanted to create for states. In reality, the legislation just didn't work out for us as actual humans.
Here's the thing, man. If you seeing people making money legally off weed, you feel like, look, yeah, it only makes sense. Like a portion of that money should go back into the community to help motherfuckers that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Are hurt.
I'm okay with that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that was our intention with the community engagement plan. Is like, look, like people who have been in this, like they understand what the problems are, and the people that, you know what I'm saying, know what the problems are have the best ideas on how to fix the problems.
The best
So
ideas.
it's like, okay, like if we're coming up with a really good and community engagement plan that says, look, you give us a license, we make money, this is what we're gonna do to help our communities, that should mean something. And what Eric is saying, at the end of the day, we found out that didn't mean shit.
It was worth 2 points.
Wow.
So out of 250 points, it was worth 2 points. And it wasn't even actually scored unless there were ties. So it didn't even matter.
Holy shit.
It was just a tiebreaker.
That's
And
bullshit.
that was only for us in the social equity program. None of that shit existed for the MSOs.
Right.
So you say the other
MSO
businesses
means
that-
what?
So the multi-state operators.
Okay, there you
so
go.
should I name them?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Why not?
So the multi-state operators of there are probably almost all of them are Illinois founded, right? Because we're a limited license state. Limited licenses means that, listen, the fewer number of people that can get in, the more it's a straight zero-sum game in their minds, right? They're like, if we don't let anybody else in, we make all the money.
All the money.
Because the people who can afford this 30% tax and want to get it legally, right? The mom, the red wine mom, who everyone is trying to target, right? Like real talk. Like even we talked about it, right? Like you make this thing blasé when you can just watch a show and the way that people drink red and white wine or a beer, you know, like thankfully for Moors.
Shout out to Moors.
Shout out to
Shout
Moors.
out to Moors.
Moors,
Sponsor, thank you.
Y'all need to have me on here more.
That was smooth. That was smooth, dog. That was smooth.
I can segue. Like when you make it that common, then that's when it's just like it's not even a thought anymore. But we took this because we were so frustrated after, like we're leaving out a lot of the drama, right? Like separate from the money. Actually, we can't leave out the money.
I won't. There's one point that so I said we've been in this for 4 years, right? And it's like we working towards gaining entry and ownership within this industry. And it's like, why 4 years? Like, you know, the reality is, you know, the state didn't uphold their end of the bargain. They're supposed to release these licenses years ago. We spent multiple years just sitting, waiting, and wondering if we're gonna win a license, if they're ever gonna release them, if this thing is gonna move forward or not. And at the same time, those current operators that are already here making, you know what I'm saying,
Racking up
billions of dollars.
Yeah, they made a meal the first day.
Yeah.
The first
I
day.
mean, each dispensary
Yeah.
made
Yeah.
a meal
Yeah.
the first day.
So that thing about like when that law happened, wasn't there like a specific percentage of those licenses that had to go to people of color? I thought there was like
The
a specific
original,
earmark.
like, so the 2015?
Right.
No, the 2015 was just, you come on in, it's medical. I mean, yeah, it's medical. You don't have any restrictions.
Are you meaning like the most recent, like all of the licenses, right?
Something where
After people
there was
complained a bit.
specific- Right. it's
Yeah.
That's us.
It's
That's
the social equity program.
Okay, there you go. All right, cool.
It's not. That's the thing, though. It's not based around race or color
At all.
You know what I'm saying? It's based around having lived in certain zip codes, right? Pretty
See how they do that shit though. And
Or
the
having
way they
or
do
having
everything.
arrest.
Or
having an arrest.
you or a family member
Having-
having been arrested. So if you live in Skokie, if you live in Kenilworth,
Okay.
and you make $500,000 in your family, but you got pulled over for weed,
Or your son got pulled over
or your
for weed, who
son
was
got
17.
pulled over for weed, you could be a social equity.
No. Here's the third way. Actually, the way they infiltrated is they added this rule where
10, as long as you have 10 people.
you can hire people from the hood, and then you get that status too.
You get that credit. You get fake. You ain't
Here's
get
the
jumped.
thing,
You ain't
though.
get jumped in, huh?
But here's the thing.
That's fucked up.
We say hire, but none of us have been able to operate. So you technically qualified as a social equity applicant for having quote unquote hired people, but no one can do anything. None of us exist as actual companies making money, right?
So really quickly though, I cut you off on purpose, but on accident, but on purpose, my bad. Okay. So I've heard the number 4 years a lot. We've only been recording 20-something minutes. Man, how hard was it, pause, or was it easy to stay encouraged? You know what I'm saying? Encouraged during that time. Because
about the bank account or
all of it. Because Illinois politics will kill your soul. It will kill your vibe, your energy,
Especially
everything.
if you don't
It's
have a
not
plug,
nice
if
game
you're
out here, bro.
not
It's not.
leveraging any relationships.
That's what makes us different from everybody else, man. As a people, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's perseverance, man. Like that's what we're about. You know what I'm saying? Like we know people shutting doors in our faces and putting up barriers at every turn. Like that's life. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like I'm built for this. That's why we're still
Yeah,
here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why we've been excelling and exceeding and rising to the top. Because people see us out in the public. They see us doing this in the community. They see us, you know what I'm saying, from a judicial standpoint down in Springfield, talking to legislators.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They see us over at Triton College talking to students, you know what I'm saying, and helping out in education.
Being on the board of the Olive
You're a terrible
Harvey.
person, bro.
You know, they see us throwing fucking events left and right, and this shit is popping because, you know, people fuck with us.
It make them hate you more too sometimes too, though. To be honest with you, though.
So when Biden,
It makes them hate you a little bit more sometimes too. It could. It's a possibility.
Honestly, though, that is something I think about because the hate comes at a certain point when you get too successful. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. But like, I feel like to a degree right now, like people understand that there's nothing to gain by hating on us publicly. You're always gonna have those haters that are silent and then we waiting for that opportunity.
Yep.
But you know,
There's more than
it's
enough
gonna
money out
come.
there.
But I'm gonna put that off as far as I can because you can't hate on people that's only doing good shit.
yeah, I like that.
Yeah, there's more than enough money.
Hey man,
out
you're so
there.
passionate over here, man. What's going on, man?
Passion fruit.
Shit is rubbing off on me over here, man. Pause. So I gotta ask,
Joe, see you say
okay, you know what,
this
you know
motherfucker,
what,
man.
you know what.
He be sparing himself, don't he?
Yeah, I'm supposed to, nigga. I'm the MC. You know what we do?
Wait a minute. Wait.
You feel better
Wait
now?
a minute. Wait. First of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
All right. Anyway, okay. Now, when Biden just announced him pardon the people who have been locked up before, what does that do for y'all industry? Does that speed fasted, or you know what I mean? What does that mean?
Bruh, that's politics.
Okay.
It don't mean shit for nobody.
I didn't think so either. I ain't gonna lie to you, I didn't think so either.
I missed the question.
Nah, it doesn't.
When Biden just pardoned all of the, you know.
You can stop right now, but don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're good. My bad.
Again, I'm just asking because I know.
Dog and pony show.
This is a weak
Like, it's
conversation.
just politics, right? But for the people affected, right? Like we this is what we're about. We want to do expungements and things like that, right? Like that's what our foundation is built on, trying to help those things. You know, so I don't want to jump into that, but like, yes, it is politics for the people affected, though. That is a good thing, but it's not impactful
Overall, okay.
Yeah.
That part, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I mean, just to be real, right? He's like talking about federal offenses for what, low level weed, whatever it is. Is like
Right.
how many people fall into
How many
that bucket?
federal offenses
How
are
many
there?
people fall into
Right.
that bucket that are in jail right now is what you got to look into. You know what I'm saying? Some
Yeah.
people will tell you it's zero. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
Like that's what you got to look into.
Because you're not getting arrested by the DEA or the FBI,
Right.
For a minor crime. Like if you get arrested,
So
if the
cats.
DEA is coming after you,
If y'all
or
in
the
county, bro, y'all finna stay in county, okay? How about that? Don't get tell your family, stop calling y'all that bullshit. Don't get too happy. Keep fighting y'all shit. The public
Yeah, I want
defender.
to talk
Come
about
on, all right.
Illinois a little bit more, right? Like, so
You want to get dirty, huh?
So
Illinois
your
is
question
dirty.
about like how have we survived in these things? So it's kind of wild because Ambrose mentioned like some of it, right? Where it's just like, you know, these things have been delayed, but the law that we fall under is still 180 days. Every law that says from the moment you are issued a license, you have 180 days to be operational.
Damn.
Wow. Not you just thought about something and you started some things. No, you need to be selling
Up and
something.
running.
Let me ask you this. For anybody that's from the city
Man,
or
I'll hit that
done
corner in a minute.
anything with Illinois, if you just want to change a door in your damn house,
Oh, yeah, zoning
trying to
licenses.
get a permit
oh,
or
my
a
God,
zoning,
bro.
can you do that in 180 days
Nah.
and
Negative.
then be up? Bro, so not only do we have these delays, but you have the actual law that the state is holding all of us to, right? Bro, so the wild thing, we went our first license. Tangent. We have had to pay our renewal fee already for the craft grow license before even being able to break ground because of delays.
See that?
That's 40 G's. 40 G's to get the license, 40 G's to renew. And the state's like, I don't know what to tell you. This is like, we need our money.
That's their perfect
The
answer.
most responsive group in the state to us, not responsive to us, but the ones who know we exist, Department of Revenue.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Bro,
Of
as soon
course.
as probably
Of
2
course.
days, like I'm not even being facetious, probably 2 days after we got our license, I'm getting emails. Hey, congratulations, we see you got a license. Please register with the Department of Tax so that you can do all these things. And I'm like, gee, I can barely get some conversations from any of the social equity teams.
So long story short is this, man. The state fucked over everybody. You know what I'm saying? They came with this social equity program. It was a complete failure. There's like only a few social equity applicants that actually
Right.
made it out.
True
and,
social equity.
we're one of them. And, you know, we feel honored to be in this position, but at the same time, we're going to rep and we're going to put other people on, you know what I'm saying? And really try and do the best that we can and create bridges for other people to come over, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what
Bridges
we're
and
about.
ladders.
Y'all speak the
Bridges
language
and
now
ladders.
that isn't often spoken or isn't spoken about in Chicago. It's helping others. It's reaching back and pulling.
Absolutely.
This is not a
Right.
city that tells that story a lot. So I'm really glad to hear that.
Right.
You got to have a handout to pull someone up. If I'm at the top of a military thing, right? If I'm at the top of the wall, the way to get over a wall that's taller than you run up my back. You get over the wall, you reach over, and then you grab me up, and that's how two people get over a wall.
So
that's
old school
higher.
American Gladiators, the show American Gladiators, right? You'd have been good at the wall.
Oh hell yeah!
All right, thanks, bro.
Hey, look, I would be remiss if we don't do this, man. We are the #1 podcast in Chicago.
On my mama.
All right.
This
Congratulations!
podcast, thank you, man.
Congratulations!
Appreciate that.
Real talk. Congratulations.
This podcast is for Chicago by Chicago. We like to highlight our tastemakers, our movers and shakers, and change the narrative, right? And I would be remiss if I don't talk about this. And the only reason I am going to do it is just because he's from Chicago. Kanye with the White Lives Matter shit.
Yeah.
I thought it was the worst shit ever. Okay, I didn't know if he was trying to spin it, if he was trying.
We argued about that.
We did, right? Clearly, he's out of his fucking mind. Okay,
I don't think so.
No, he is.
So it's wild, right? Like White Lives Matter. We already know that.
Look,
We already know that.
hey, bro. But
It's
look,
not even a
but
big
look,
thing.
but look, to that point, right? Like, here's my take on it, right? Number one, like he shared that little text message between him and his father. Like, why is it so funny? Because it's a black man stating the obvious. Okay, that number one, that is 100% true, right? But number two is Kanye, you have a platform and you
have a
understand,
platform.
like, bro, like this is cheap. This is a cheap fucking way
Talk
to
your
get
shit.
more and more attention to yourself. And that's not what the fuck you need to be doing right now. And that's what I don't respect.
Boom.
Big facts.
Well, mine's is really quick though. I don't say Kanye's out of his mind because when he was mad at Adidas 2 weeks ago, he used the black card. Okay. He's upset about something now, just wants attention now. He's the ultimate troll. He should give a masterclass in radical marketing because he's going to get your attention one way or another. And I just didn't appreciate this troll
I
because
have a subscription to Masterclass.
there you go. See that? I didn't appreciate this troll because when things were going crazy, and they've always been going crazy in urban communities when it comes to our community and law enforcement. Even though I am law enforcement, you never know. You know what I'm saying? All lives matter and white lives matter was a direct response to us saying black lives matter. I'm like, bro, that was so fucking tasteless to me. That's why I had a problem with it.
One, the facts, we already know that's true, right? And I grew up, like so I said, I grew up down the street, right? My
Right.
grandmother is white.
Ice.
There are still some things that my grandmother, who birthed 2 black children and adopted 2 more black children, still can't relate to. In my mom's struggle.
That's a conversation right
And
there.
in our-
You can't.
in our struggle.
You can't. And it's cool if you're in that space, right? And she wants to understand, right? A lot of people don't want to understand.
Oh, my grandma.
I'm not mad at them
My
either,
grandmother's
though.
dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's
I see
dope.
that. But those that don't want to understand, I'm not mad at them because they can see the horror show. They can see the trauma. Why would they want to understand that? Because things have certain energy. I'm not trying to be all voodoo or witchcraft. They have certain energy. That shit can start bringing your spirit down.
Absolutely.
They can.
Well, when you say they can see the trauma, though, what do you mean by that?
Those on the outside looking in, they can see what you've been through.
That's that. So that's one thing I want to talk about, man. Because honestly, man, the way I feel like is people don't really understand what we go through.
They don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, And,
I'm kind of agree from that, yeah.
Kind of like as a small segue, like that's what our not-for-profit.
Talk your shit, bro. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, that's what our not-for-profit is really based around.
Right.
And it stems from our community engagement program that Eric was talking about.
Right.
You know, for
What's
our,
the
for
name
our
of your not-for-profit?
It's called the 1937 Foundation.
Love it.
It's a recurring theme here.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Right. But like the idea is this, bro. Like it's like, you know, I'll tell you, man, like as you like I don't need to tell you, right? But I'm gonna say it as a black man, and especially a young black man living in Chicago.
You black?
It's like you get hit from every
stupid.
side. Right.
Stop fucking with
For real.
shit.
You know.
Whole ass thing.
You know colorism is real. We gotta deal with that too.
I get hit from more sides than you, right? I'm gonna tell you why.
Hit the goddamn button.
I'm gonna tell you why.
whoa.
I'm gonna tell you why. Right? So you get hit from every side, right? So like number one.
Wait, first of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you just say you did yourself.
I ain't getting hit from no
Had to get you,
side,
bro. Had to get you, dog.
Now you officially on the corner. You book.
All right, look. Number one, you got the systemic
Yes.
racism that you have to deal with just in like just say you try to get a job in corporate America.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a whole real thing in itself. Right.
Might take 4 years.
Number two, you got the police. You know what I'm saying?
Talk
You're
about
getting
it.
hit from that end. Like,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been arrested for literally not doing anything wrong, and I have a record with crimes that they fucking made up and lied about me on.
Yep.
Like, that's a real thing that people don't fucking understand.
I got pulled
Understood.
over in a full Navy uniform for fitting the description and waving a gun.
Wow.
And I'm like, bro, who's walking around in a Cracker Jack?
Number three, we get it from our own people. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
That's true.
Like, so I, you know, like, so going back to the foundation and trauma, like, you know what I'm saying? I've been shot up before, you know, and it was in a little village neighborhood. And I was
It's real
there
over there.
because
They will switch you over there.
somebody was, you know what I'm saying? Like, the person I was driving with, the car broke down. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we were there. Like,
That's
and
the
then
wrong
motherfuckers
place,
run up on
too.
like, you know,
Yeah.
a couple people run up on me and they're like, who you at? Who you playing? They don't believe me. I walk away from them. They fucking light me up and try to kill me. Literally, they don't give a fuck.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? They don't know you. You look like them. Like, you know, I could be taken for a Mexican, Peruvian, whatever it is,
Claro
Puerto
que sí.
Rican, black, whatever you want to
French
say.
Montana.
Like, I could look like a lot of people, but the problem
Inside joke,
is
inside joke.
I ain't white. If I was white, they would have left me alone.
Left you alone.
Absolutely.
Say that part right there, though. Absolutely, because I see our own walk through our neighborhoods and get harassed all the time. But if you are Ken or Karen and you walk through, they fucking turn their head and act like you a ghost.
Yep.
Right.
Because you might be delivering
you're not-
the aid check.
Because you're not a threat to their way of thinking, right? You know what I'm saying?
That wasn't a joke, but that was funny, though.
That's good shit.
Funny, though.
That's good shit.
It is, though, man.
You know, different experiences, right? So that's not an experience that I went through, which is one of the things that I try to speak to. Like, look, I can't talk to that. Yes, I'm from South Shore.
Good.
Yes.
I'm happy for you.
I went
Right.
to, but my mom didn't let me go to Powell, right? My mom I went to grammar school on 110th and Western. Gee, I hated it. It was
That's not
3
bad over
hours
there,
on the
yeah.
bus each way.
Yeah, that's trash.
But she
you
did
up at 5 a.m.
sure
You were
that
safe.
I did not
Yep.
have this experience that we were living at the time.
Do you? Go ahead, go
But
ahead.
here's the thing, though, bro. Like, that's good. But one of the things that I realized is like, yo, people get shot every day in
Absolutely.
Chicago, and it's not people that deserve to be shot. Like, people, when I tell people I've been shot up before, they're like, they just assume it's because I was a gang member.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
It's like,
Around,
no,
though,
it's
man.
innocent people that shot every day.
But
And
that's
you know
the
what?
narrative, though,
They
right?
don't-
That's
they
the
don't-
narrative of Chicago.
And that's the thing. But they don't have they don't have the ability to just up and move out of their neighborhood after
part
that
too.
happens. They had to exist, and they had to, like, from a trauma standpoint, they had to be in that same environment and relive it over and over again. Like, and that trauma affects you. It affects how you think. It affects how you behave. It affects a lot of things.
Which is where our community engagement
and that's
program
where
came in.
our not-for-profit 1937 Foundation is all about. Is really all about creating awareness, right, and resources and services for people who have been affected by violence-induced trauma. You know what I'm saying? This is what we don't
Violence-induced trauma.
talk.
That's a real
we
thing.
don't talk about it a lot in
Yeah.
our neighborhoods as black men. We just supposed to suck it up.
Yeah.
But we don't realize that it's still there and it's still affecting us.
Speaking of not being able to run away from certain situations or situations that may induced trauma. The Chicago Marathon was this weekend. And first of all, who the fuck wakes up and wants to run 26 miles?
White people. Let's keep it a buck.
Who wants to do that?
I didn't even have to run that in the
Adrenaline junkies.
Shit.
I can't even run. I can't even run due to my shooting.
Hold on. Say that again. Say that shit again,
That's why
dog.
I can't even run due to my fucking shooting.
He's out there shot and I ain't even run. Fuck that, bro. That's nice, but see, maybe adrenaline junkies, but my point is, that shit is pointless. You have to be, something has to be wrong with you, but an inside story that maybe may not be so inside anymore, something to tell everybody. You know, certain people work security for the marathon. The boys in blue, you know, not me. Never catch me out there. Run for your life. Run, Forrest, run. God damn it. But they parked along Jackson in front of the academy. I'm not going to say any names. A certain person in power came through and said, who caused these? The person told them, these are officers' cars. This other person said, tow them. What? Got them cars out of there. True story.
Shout out to Lightfoot.
See that?
Shout out,
He
man.
said, I'm not going to say any names.
Look, this is the corner, man. Like,
He's
everything,
like, let me just drop this grenade right up on
everything
there.
happens on
That
the
boy
corner,
tried to
man.
put on patrol in the alley.
They be like, now he gonna be working on 12th in Michigan. You know, like go this way. Come on, turn.
He says the first name he knows.
Right.
It's the only one he knows.
He gonna be on Bears games,
Right.
patrol,
Nice clarification.
By the trash can.
by the trash can.
That's funny as shit.
You mentioned something earlier about the marathon. You had an experience because of the marathon. I would love to share that shit, bro.
I mean, so here's the thing, man. I work so hard. I work like 7 days a week, like fucking 14 hours every day.
Right?
Like, so it's like it's the weekend. It's like, all right, let me take some time with my family. You know, my wife and my kids. And like my wife, she's like, all right, we're gonna get some Starbucks. So she was like, okay, we're gonna order her favorite Starbucks over in the West
For
Loop.
$1,000.
Right, whatever. so it's like, all right, we hop in the car. She places the order. Next thing we know, fucking traffic. Like, why is nothing moving? You know what I'm saying? We look, nothing's moving. She you know, long story short, man, like we ended up just like after a half an hour just having to forget it, just say like, fuck this $15 that we just paid Starbucks. We just gonna go there. We just gonna go to your mama's house.
All because somebody woke up and wanted to run
Let's go.
26 goddamn miles.
Shout out to the Notify Chicago app, which everyone should sign up for, because I got it when I was still in Oklahoma and it was like, oh, the marathon is this weekend. Absolutely not. I will not be moving back this way.
Yeah, man. I didn't even know, man, until I got out the house. I was like, damn, these fucking. All right.
That's crazy. Brother Ice, you
Yes,
said
Ice.
you basically fresh off the road, so I definitely appreciate you being here.
I'm so tired.
What is Tulsa about? And first of all, why'd you go there? And then I'm glad you're back.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm back as well.
Because I feel like that was a bad move. And
I get
I would have told you as your friend not to do that. Okay.
so here's the thing. So
I'm gonna blame it on Brother Jackson. You didn't tell him that wasn't okay?
So as a IT professional, I work for a mid-size international firm, right? So I've been
Mid-size international.
So
Got it.
I've been working. So how you all started, you know, the podcast.
Hey,
and
just
everything,
be
I didn't
clear,
do
he don't work for them no more.
Yeah, exactly.
Talk that shit.
Hey, tomorrow's his first day as executive director for the
Right.
1937
Talk that
Foundation.
Like, I've almost always worked remote. So like, you know, COVID didn't change much for me in terms of a job. And Tulsa is like one of those places that was like, we will pay you $10,000 to move down here. And I was like, oh, that sounds dope.
Bet that up.
I've heard about Black Wall Street, you know, and I wanted to actually experience it. I will let you all, I lived on Greenwood and Archer. Thankfully to the homies for coming down right when I was in chemo visiting me. You know, that's the kind of
Shout out
team.
to real friends, man.
Shout
out to real friends.
Real friends.
Absolutely.
My mom came down, my uncle came down, the team came down. It was really fucking dope. But yeah, I lived on Black Wall Street literally, or what is remaining. We had the off camera, maybe in the B-roll, you could pick that up.
no, we own that. We own
but
that.
that's why I moved down there, right? And really the reason is because Illinois was taking so damn long. I was like, this shit is never gonna come through. This shit's never gonna come
You didn't
through.
know if it was. Hey, they got a vibrant cannabis community out there in Oklahoma, though. Shout out to Oklahoma.
There's a dispensary for every 6.4 people in Oklahoma.
Well,
And
they
they
high as hell out there.
don't even have recreational.
What?
So somehow everybody's getting
Got a medical
weed.
condition. Right? They all got medical-
Everyone has a medical condition
Right.
in Oklahoma.
Everybody got a note.
No, but it's man. You be like that hangnail though. Like Doc, I need like no. It
Take
was.
this.
I met some dope people down there. So no pun intended. But like I met some dope people down there. But I am definitely happy to be back home, back in the neighborhood that I grew up in, back on the water. Yo, I love water so much, yo. And now to be the executive director of our foundation, right? Which is so we kind of talked around this, but like our community engagement plan is really what, because the social equity and the community engagement plan in the applications was so farcical, we were like, well,
Farcical. God damn. 8.
That's about 10.
Is that a word for real?
That's 10.
If he said it,
10.
We just assume that's a word, right? We just gonna assume that's a word.
hold on.
I have 200
origin, please.
I have $240,000 in student loans remaining. So I went to some. I have a couple degrees, and I went to some esteemed.
Relating to or resembling farce, especially because of absurd or ridiculous aspects. I have to look it up.
Yeah,
I don't
wait.
get educated.
Wait. Isn't
love
the
that.
military supposed to pay for that shit?
Exactly. That's what I was thinking too. I was thinking the same shit.
So the military, kind of like Illinois, with our program, right? So the GI Bill, because I'm old, right? Like people look at me, they're like, "Oh, you our same age." I'm motherfucker. I'll be 47 in December. Like for real, I'm almost 50. No, the GI Bill paid for $24,000. That was the max.
What?
And what most people don't realize is you got to pay into the program to get the program. When I was in, right, like you had to pay $100 a month to be able to get the GI. That's like people don't realize. Like people are like, oh, you get free meals, and I'm like, no,
I didn't know that.
I
that's
got
fucked
a long ass receipt when I was at boot camp for everything. They were like, your 6 shirts cost this much, your 4 pairs of underwear cost this much, and like, no.
What about the other 3 days?
Wait.
though?
You only
What about the
had
other
4
3
pills?
days? Right,
Okay.
exactly.
G.
Y'all,
Listen.
see, Pops, I get it. That's
Brother
why you
Ice,
said,
all right now.
don't ever go to the military.
Stop
I get it now.
Stop it. Right? Like we pay for everything. The food was like that. Food was cheap because it was only $2 every time we ate. But no. So our community engagement plan, right, spawned from.
I thought when you join the military, bro, you get everything for free.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you stack
the
your bread
Bears-
that they give you. You don't have to spend none of it. You buy fucking
Okay.
Hellcash.
So let's break this down. Let's break this down. I went in, so 1994. I go in, right? So literally
You buy Hellcats.
five days after I graduate from Kenwood, I'm in the Navy. I'm in the
The
Naval
little
Nuclear.
bow tie
I'm in
and
the
funny hat.
Naval Nuclear Power Program, right? The most esteemed program in the entire military. I don't give a damn what anybody says about any other program because I've also been to other esteemed.
Hey, wait, real quick though. Like esteem though, like you're part of special forces too, though, right?
The nuclear program, without the nuclear program, I don't make it through.
He's not gonna have a character on Call of Duty.
What's
That's
special
where he's at.
forces? What's special
Special
forces?
operations.
Not at all.
What's special operations? What's that?
So special operations for the Navy would be anyone that's in
Popeye. Popeye was Navy. He was.
Popeye was
Is that
You
Navy
Navy
SEALs?
SEALs?
Hey, look.
And he smokes spinach.
Hey, look, hey, look. Is that Navy SEALs or no? Is that Navy SEALs?
That's a shirt. Put that on the shirt.
Hey, bro, look. Hey, look. You heard of Navy SEALs, right?
So
That's what we're talking about.
SEALs and
Yeah.
SWIC. So the combatant crewmen are also special operations, right?
Sit next to a killer.
But the Navy,
You're a trained
I
killer.
mean the Army.
And he can hold his
I mean,
breath really long.
Hey, he go deep sea
So
diving.
theirs will be special forces, right? So we do a little different. But the Naval Nuclear Power Program, I go in at an E3. You start, there's E1, E2, E3, right?
E2.
So when you talk about stack your bread, I made $917 a month.
That's trash.
When I got my...
That sounds like a scholarship. That's
How about this? How about this? So when you talk about all of it, so I'm in boot camp. I'm like,
Hungry.
oh, I'm about to be paid because my last job was at Wendy's on 83rd and Ashland. I'm like, oh, I'm about to get this money and I'm gonna stack bread. I get this long ass receipt.
Four pair of drawers on there.
917. You pay the peak coat was $150.
I like a good peak coat.
underwear, the socks. Bro, I think I had $132 left.
Wow.
After I got that receipt. And you are
funny though,
responsible for your uniforms. Every medal that I have, I had to buy.
Damn.
That's crazy.
I'm like, gee. So when taxpayers are like, thank you for your service, I'm just like, man,
Give me
with that. Right.
Give me $100. Take me that way.
Right.
God
Thank
damn
me
it.
that way.
Change
And
for
then
some
the
chicken.
GI Bill, right? $100 in. Anyway, let me get to the real shit though. So the community engagement plan, right? It spawned off from our frustration with what we saw after we saw the 75 people the 75 licenses, because it's not even one license per person. So the first 75 licenses that were given out, a bunch of people won multiple of that. We were like, this is not acceptable, right? Because these community engagement plans don't even mean shit. So let's turn it, Ambrose is like, let's turn this into something actionable. Let's take everything that we were talking about, gun violence, domestic violence, Black and brown men's mental health, right? Love Black women, love brown women.
Me too.
They are the most educated people on earth. They have more degrees than everyone.
In the law allows.
Which is why we have, listen, I don't even want to start on the whole dating thing, because I went through that drama.
Whole other
But
conversation.
they are the most educated people on earth. So that is not necessarily our focus. We want to focus on everyone, but Black men, brown men's mental health is absolutely something we want to take a look at and focus on and get them into, if you have to live in these spaces, how can you navigate these spaces and keep this force field around you so that you can still live in these places and still give your daps, give your pounds, whatever you need to give, and still be able to make it through, so that you don't get, a car doesn't break down and you get shot up just because.
Without running from the bullets either, though.
Right. I mean, they go a little fast, right? But, I mean, they go a little
That
fast.
matrix shit is not a real thing.
And then turning that into, we got these damn cannabis companies. Why don't we help you go through this, become your best version, or the attempt to become your best version of yourself? And then also give you an opportunity to get a damn excellent paying job in one of our companies. I already know you.
But also build it your way, right? Because like y'all also offering consulting services in that regard, right? Like when it comes to the youth projects that y'all doing, like even with the event, it's like you are already investing in the opportunities for them to learn how to develop and push their brand. You feel me? And I feel like that is the social equity, even though that wasn't, like you said.
Yeah. So
That's real
we could talk about, like, saying the KVL flower ball, because
Can't wait to talk about that, because it's going down.
At the end of the day, right? Like, that is a platform that we're creating, not just for ourselves, but for others. That are here, willing and able to take advantage of it, right? So when it comes to the KVL flower ball, basically what it does is solidifies our position as the leading cannabis company that's about the culture. You know what I'm saying? That's what we about, and there's not really anybody that's there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What's the time and date? Where is it located?
Yeah, so it's gonna be located here in Chicago at the Cine City Studios in Pilsen. It's November 5th.
That's my birthday.
12:30
absolutely.
p.m.
Hey,
12:30
Hell
p.m.
all the way
I
to
might get fired that day.
11:59.
Yeah,
Okay.
12:30 p.m. to midnight. I put midnight on there. It's gonna go later. You know what I'm saying?
That's
But
my B-Day.
yeah. I just want
And
to put that.
the address on that is 2429 West 14th Street. Okay, y'all get your tickets. It's going down.
29, 24.
And somebody that talks a lot may actually be one of the
All right,
co-hosts.
yeah. So Eric, yeah, you can, he's one of the hosts. Yeah. So Eric is hosting it along with Money Mayha from Power 92.3.
Yeah, I did see that. And
Mad shout outs to 92.3.
Yep,
Yeah.
92.3. Yep, we got DJ Ferris and DJ Naphis
Ferris,
both spinning.
I know Naphis. I know Ferris. Yep.
Hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, bro, like we all about Chicago. That's what we putting out there.
I get it,
This
bro.
is for Chicago. This is about us. And at the end of the day, we trying to make something that's big enough and valuable enough. So like folks from all the other coasts come to Chicago for this event.
Yep.
You
There
know?
you go. Let's be very clear. This is the inaugural
Absolutely.
flower ball.
Yeah.
Uno. All right.
Can we expect some special guests?
Ooh.
We got anything brewing?
Or is it a
Bro, we
secret?
got all types of
I
special
heard
guests,
some
man.
things, but I don't want
Any
to say
strippers?
it.
No strippers?
I mean,
Okay, sorry.
I mean, I didn't
ain't
really
no
think about it.
strippers.
But
I'm a fan of the working girl. They work hard.
Nah,
they gotta
but
make money
like,
too.
but like, here's the thing, man. Like, honestly, it's really like 3 events in one. Next year we'll probably actually make it a 2-day affair, but this year, just
Growth.
from a cost standpoint, you know what I'm saying, we made it a one. Like starting at 12:30 to 6:30 is a cannabis expo with all types of different cannabis brands and different, you know what I'm saying, companies in the
There.
space. You know what I'm saying, giving away samples, all different types of things. You know, it's like. It's gonna be super dope. Like you buy a ticket, you're like, oh, $135. It's like, bro, like you go to a dispensary, you buy
Yo.
2 products, you spend $200.
I need y'all to not balk at these
You go,
ticket
this
prices.
is way more.
Yep.
Ain't nobody balking, bro. People,
Right.
People out here like, cool.
At the end of the day, like, here's the thing, right? I don't think that you are targeting broke people, right? At the end
Wow.
of the day, let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck, right?
But you're right. So it's an
That is.
upscale event.
Well, he gotta say the quiet part out loud.
So you're right.
It's what I do.
The price level, the price
The
point
price is the price. The price is the fucking
Exactly.
price.
Crackheads find money to smoke, bro. So broke or not, they gonna find a way to their fucking event.
And
Let me
guess
get some
what?
change for some chicken.
You're not-
Exactly.
You're not gonna have any riffraff in there. It's not gonna be that type of event, right? You
Yeah,
want to come out,
yeah.
you want to learn
It's gonna
something,
be
you want
a
to
good
smoke
time,
something, drink
educational,
something.
talking
Yeah.
good people.
Can you smoke there?
Yeah.
At what point do you expect that everybody's gonna be so high that the rest of the message may be missed?
Bro, it ain't gonna get to that point because
Okay.
we gonna elevate the message.
Ooh,
You know what I'm
Talk that
saying?
shit there. Bars.
Like, okay, so after the fashion show, after the expo, we're gonna have a fashion show start at 7:30, right? With like real Chicago, like
We got a couple models
designers.
that got put in there.
We got a
Here.
whole production. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be I'm gonna share what you guys.
What brands you got?
When I
You
said-
have not seen
See,
Center Space like you.
No,
need
when I
to-
said strippers, y'all didn't say nothing though.
Say the
When I
brand.
said strippers, y'all didn't say nothing. You said y'all got strippers now.
No, he said they got brands. They got brands.
Fashion show.
All right.
Oh, those are strippers?
We don't. All right,
I see what you said.
All right, so look. One of the fashion designers is for a lingerie brand. So take that how you want.
Hallelujah.
Because I
Hallelujah.
want some strippers, goddamn it.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, don't he?
All of a
That's what
sudden,
she
now he was like, so the VIP runway ticket, right? Like that's the one I need to get.
That's the extras. I got it.
Right. All right. So look, so we got a whole runway production.
Ooh,
There's
Lord.
like, bro, it's like a real production. It's not people walking down with clothes. You be like, oh yeah, nice. No, this is a real production.
All jokes aside, yeah,
like,
that's beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? Like a 3-hour production.
Right.
Okay. Then we're gonna have a little after party. You know what I'm saying? With DJ Nathan spinning. We're gonna have a 1 to 2 performers during the after party, and it's gonna be lit. Like, you know, we're gonna have
We there. No trip. We
we're
there.
gonna have a podcast station during the day with a few different podcasts doing their thing. You know, y'all included.
mean,
so
Y'all ain't fucking with us though. We cook. We cook, goddamn it.
We
Y'all
cook
gonna
out
be-
here, man. You
y'all
know,
gonna
We
be-
cook, goddamn
You know
it.
what I'm saying?
That's what we do.
Right there
That's
in
what
the
the
mix.
fuck we do.
You know,
We grateful though. Appreciate that.
but yeah,
I can't wait.
as far as like cannabis,
real.
man, Joe's like again, this is about the culture. So if you are plugged in, like you gonna understand and know like who's there.
I love it, man.
And if you're not plugged in, you gonna
Wish you
learn.
was.
You gonna learn
You
today?
gonna wish there was the plug you made.
like yeah. I'm not gonna
Because
say
we know
too
some
much
dope
more.
people. We know some dope people.
But like honestly, man, like this is gonna be an event that people gonna talk about for 1 year until next year.
Until next
Why am I
year.
so happy though, man?
No, I love it, man.
I'm so
I love
Because
it.
you gonna be there.
I'm gonna be there, bro. On my birthday.
You probably gonna be pissed off. You be like, why am I still talking? I need to be up in the
Yeah.
seat. The lingerie is coming.
The lingerie is coming.
Goddamn.
Hey, did we touch on all of the
What are these?
the points that you want to get into?
Come on now.
Because I got some shit. I got some shit.
Yeah. So when it comes to KVL International, right? I mentioned that's our company that owns all of our brands, all of our IP, all of our licensing deals. So you see here Sticky Leaves as an example, right? That's one of our products that are going to be over at the Flower Ball.
That joint look like the fun
like
dips.
honestly, like the other thing too, I'm gonna tell you is like people fuck with us. Like we got people like from Cali, Sherbinsky's, Faded Farms, Bloom, Global Cannabis Guard, Canada. You know what I'm saying? New York. This is New Jersey. This is our niggas. Stick with Sticky. You know what I'm saying? Holla at an IG at Stick with Sticky. That's our nigga. Straight out of New Jersey, New York. You know what I'm saying? Like we got all these motherfuckers that fuck
Papa
with us.
Jesus down
From
in OKC.
Papa
Papa Jesus.
Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? We fuck with like everybody across the
North
nation
America
that at
in
the
there.
top of the game,
Right.
fucking doing their shit.
Illinois.
They all fuck with us, right? And that's the idea. It's like, why wouldn't they? You know?
Exactly. Hey man, look, I can't compliment y'all enough, right? Because y'all story is very similar to our story, right?
We don't sell weed.
It's but the
It's a
grind.
product though, fam.
Right, the grind, right?
The grind.
Making sure that our business is right, right? We're number one in Chicago for a reason, right? Because we have good relationships, right? And we actually do what the fuck we say we're gonna do, right?
That's the key point, bro. Hey, honestly, bro. Hey, out of anything that I've seen when it
Do
comes to
what you
business,
say you're
the
gonna
thing that separates people from others is the people like who do what they say gonna
Stand
do.
on your word.
Are the ones that really like make
Yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying?
That ass.
Those are people you fuck with.
That is. So, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm fucking with y'all, right? Hopefully y'all fucking with us.
Absolutely.
And we gonna find a way to make this thing as big as we possibly can, pause.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, I booked myself. Don't
You
worry
are
about it, man.
out of control now, bro.
I booked myself. It's okay.
Have you hit the Kush League?
That was selling concrete.
Anyway, man.
Is there anything else that we may have missed that you guys may want to mention and give all out? How many followers we got again, bro?
We have 14K on the IG.
Damn,
we're
congratulations.
doing 5 to 7K on the YouTubes. And as far as listenership, we're doing like 10K.
No, I like YouTube better because I get to look at myself on camera.
Yeah, me
This
too, me
This
too.
motherfucker's hot. God damn it.
Yo, I
Not fucking around.
shaved my head and everything. Like I told you, I just moved a couple of days ago.
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
walked
let
in the
me-
door, bro.
Let me go
Yeah,
ahead and
get your
step
shit
up
right.
a little bit. And then he was like, let's turn on these lights. I'm like, but my head is bald. No, come on, bro.
Hey, I'm just ready to light up this blunt.
Oh, he ready. He ready.
Oh, you ain't got
No,
So did we miss anything?
I got ready for us.
absolutely, for real, I want to congratulate you all.
Appreciate it,
you know,
brother.
like seeing brothers
Gratitude.
do something like this is what this shit is about. Like we talked off camera, like one of the problems I think that we have as a people is that we don't talk up ourselves enough.
Facts.
We don't know how many other dope ass people are out there because people are just, you know, I don't want to blame church or anything like that, but just we preach humility so much. And it's just like
To a fault.
fuck that.
to a
To a fault,
fault,
bro.
Fuck all that.
And I gotta
Who the
tell
fuck told
everybody,
motherfuckers
like,
okay to
I'm
be
like,
humble?
no.
Fuck that. Talk your shit.
I'll let everybody know what I'm good or not good at. Yeah. And the shit that I'm not good at,
I'ma
if
tell
I'm
you.
responsible for it, I'm gonna be dope at it pretty soon.
And bro said, everybody shut the fuck up. He want to light up.
He want to light up.
Light up.
Hey, you like
no,
Eric
no,
talking all this knowledge. You like,
No,
get
he
out
want
of
to
here
light
with
the
this.
fuck up.
Nah, I had one other thing, man. It's just like, you know, the thing I think that makes us unique and important is just like not just what we've accomplished and what we're going to accomplish. It's just like our approach in that we really want to work with other people. We fuck with other people. Like when we look at other people in the cannabis space in Illinois and outside, we don't look at them as competitors.
Right.
Like that's the difference between us and a lot of these other license winners, man. They're like holding their shit close to their chest. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't want people to know what I'm doing. Like,
There's more than enough money for
Share
all
the
of us.
knowledge. It's free. Right? It's free.
like exactly. You
Like
just-
I have somebody
we
hit
could
me
do
all
more
the
as a
time, right?
group.
Say, hey man, how did you do this? What did you do? I don't care about sharing information. I don't care. Right? Because you don't do what the fuck
I'm
we
a
do.
hater.
if you know what you're doing and you secure about your game plan and you know how to execute, then you do you. Don't worry about what everybody's doing. Like let's work
Listen.
together. We can make money together.
If somebody comes up with something quote unquote better, you're like, oh shit,
That's
a
dope.
dope idea.
That's dope.
We may be able to incorporate that.
No, it's, you need, like he said, it's like you need other people. Early.
You
It's
need
like
people
that.
People
to
need
keep
people,
elevating
yeah.
yourself.
All five of us got the exact same skill set, and we come across one problem, we gonna have the same way
Yep.
of solving it, and we gonna strike out 5 straight times doing the same shit.
That
My
boy-
blueprint gives you 5 different opportunities to solve
Right,
it.
right,
Absolutely.
right.
We
right.
like
So that's,
Denzel and the great debaters.
that's the thing, man. We bridge builders. That's
In November.
we bridge builders. That's why we're gonna be successful.
We are
That and the
city
fact that we know
builders.
how to fucking execute.
I got an HR concern though for you guys, for real. I have an HR concern. I'm looking around the room and I'm dark skinned.
You'll be all right, man.
Trying to say.
You'll be all right.
Are there dark skinned people on y'all staff? I'm filing a complaint. I don't care.
Hey, bro.
Give me another corporate. Give me another corporate.
Hey, honestly, bro.
My Navy brother is about your size.
Hey, bro. If you want me to take you to the roster, that's fine. You know what I'm saying?
Tristan,
Tristan's
when you see this, make sure you like and have your face.
Tristan's about as big and dark skinned as you.
Absolutely.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the
Absolutely.
nigga that run our. He actually run two of our businesses.
Yep, transportation.
Our
and security.
transportation and our security.
It's not the woman
business.
with Khloe Kardashian, is it?
See,
you, Petty.
No.
Yeah,
that was just uncalled for.
we got a Cuban team member. We got a
Right.
couple Mexican team members. Like,
Y'all
that-
cover the whole
so that's
entire
you.
gamut, bro. Yeah,
That's
I
you.
love
You
it.
have us androgynous
said,
dudes.
what is that?
No, that's you.
oh,
You
wait.
can't.
They missed
You
that
can't
one,
be
dog.
Cuban.
They missed it,
You
bro.
can't be black. You
I'm
can't.
like,
You
the
can't be
Navy used
Mexican
me
all at the
very
same
well.
time.
They were like-
I don't believe that it's 3 different people. I believe it's all you,
What do you mean?
bro. I still don't believe that you're black.
All right. So let me just put the
He said,
little.
I seen the picture
let me
online.
put the
Yeah, I saw the
rumor-
picture online.
Hey, let me put the rumors to rest. All right. My dad's black and my mom is white and Peruvian.
Okay.
So I claim black and Peruvian.
Man, don't
'cause-
answer. Don't
'cause
answer
my
that man, bro. Don't answer that man,
black,
bro.
I'm
This is
black, and, I'm
bullshit.
black and Peruvian. So I'm black and I'm Latino.
For sure.
You know
But
what
I
I'm
mean, at
saying?
the end of the day, you do know, like we all know, black mixed with anything makes you black.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Facts.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Because that's the way America
I
and
learned
the world
that early
treats
on.
us.
I learned that in fucking kindergarten.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Bro,
It's
you
crazy.
should have seen me in my grammar school talking about I'm Irish.
Weird.
Oh,
Yeah.
in Beverly?
Oh yeah, they went to.
Talking about I'm Irish?
I got 2 light skinned brothers to fill in for me instead of 1.
Man,
Pull me up on LinkedIn.
Hey,
I'm
bro.
cheating
Hey,
too.
so real quick. Let me just say one thing about that,
That's
right?
a black man right there.
Let me,
Ignore him, man.
Hey, so let me tell you one thing about that, right? So like, all right. So when I started grad school, right? That was in 2005.
Okay.
Right? At UIC. I gained an internship under Alan Channing. He's the CEO of Mount Sinai Hospital. You guys know where Mount Sinai is at?
Yeah, absolutely.
Murder Sinai? Yeah.
Safety Net Hospital, where all the fucking gangbangers get shot, taken when they
What did
get
you say?
shot.
Yeah. I'm making it up. Murder Sinai.
Listen, I
Yes, we
grew
call
up
it
down
that.
here,
Yeah.
right? We say Jackson Park is
Yeah.
where you go to die.
Long story short, actually, when I got shot, that was where I was taken. And I got treated horribly by them because they assumed I was a gangbanger.
Peter.
Horribly.
The place
Two
where you
years
work?
later, I was interning under their CEO for a couple of years.
How'd that make you feel?
You know, it was cool. But one of the things that he told me was that he's like, "You got an accent?" I was like, "No, my only language I speak is English." You know, he's like, "Oh well, you should work on that."
Wow.
Draw up on your.
He was a Jewish white guy.
Wow.
And you know what? I took that to heart because it's like, you know, the reality is like that's the way the world works.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It judges you based off of the way you talk, the way
That's
you
true.
look. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So when I started that, I never even owned a suit. When I started that
That was your first
internship
joint?
with him. Yeah, when I started internship with him, I never owned a suit. Even when I started with him, I didn't own a suit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so
feel you.
I grew into understanding what corporate America was and what I needed to do to be successful. Specifically how you look, suits and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, so I
Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing, man. I did that for 10, 12 years, whatever it is. And I understand there's a role. Like people look at you, like they look at how you look and it changes their perspective
Yep.
on how they look at you, right? How they think about you, like how they treat you, number one, right? So there's a space for dressing like that. But at the same time, I have my own platform now. And
Talk
I
that shit.
understand that like now I'm in the position I can chart my own path and I don't give a fuck what anybody else thinks. I'm gonna normalize what the fuck I want to normalize. And this is me. And this is my path now. So like I'll still wear a fucking suit and a tie when I want to.
With a baseball cap
But
and
I
Jordans.
don't need to anymore.
So I love
and that's the
suits.
motherfucking point.
real talk. So this is what makes our team amazing, right? Like
We call this here a little twin. Nigga.
I
Talk your
happen
shit.
to love suits
wrong with
and fine shit, right? Like, because I grew up without any of those things. Right?
Got it.
So when people talk about culture to me, like one of my boys, we're not gonna name drop here. One of my boys is a streetwear king, right?
Go ahead, drop the name. Drop the name.
Streetwear king.
Oh, that's my man.
Streetwear king, right? But like, I look at some of this stuff and I was like, that just ain't me, right? Like that's just not Eric, because that's why I would like. So for me, the most comfortable thing for me, like I like designer shit. I'm not even gonna lie.
It's cool. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that at all.
I love suits.
And the person that you're not speaking of, you know, he was on the show. You know what I mean? Did
Of course,
Which episode?
Of course.
Summerfest.
Stop it.
Summerfest episode.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you talked about it already. Cool.
Yeah. But look, man, we're gonna get up out of here,
Hopefully
man.
he'll be at KVL Flower Ball.
Yeah, he should definitely pull up.
Definitely
He should
be.
definitely pull up. That'd be a good look, man.
We talked to him.
And you know, he gave us love when we chopped it up with him, man. It's really good.
Yo,
dude.
one of them,
really good dude.
like real talk, one of the people that no matter how successful he gets, still one of the dopest dudes and easiest dudes for me to talk to. Like real talk. Like for real. Him, another dude I went to high school with that played in the NBA.
Nobody, the audience doesn't even know who you're talking about. So
I say it.
I feel like you gotta fucking say it
I don't
now.
give a fuck. I say it.
I guessed it already. I think.
No, still one of the dopest. Yeah, still one of the dopest dudes. Don C, homie.
Oh,
Don. One of the most humble, dope ass dudes.
That was on ice. That was on ice. I was on his south
You know what? Like,
Y'all funny, man.
People like. I had a dope ass group of people that I went to high school with.
I say it all the time.
Shout
I
out
wasn't
to
so lucky. It
Nazi.
was
Shout
him.
out to Nazi.
Yeah, I say it all the time, man. Like, I just got dope
dope-ass
friends, bro. Like, real
human
shit.
beings,
Yes.
right? Like, no matter how successful they got, they were still someone that could answer you and respond to you, talk to you, invite you to shit. Thank you, always. Which is why I hate tequila, because of one of fucking Nazi's parties.
Oh,
Him and Jerry Azuma.
That was a hell of a night there, huh?
Jerry, my man, he used to come through Divine all the time.
Bro.
Worst mistake you ever made.
They had one of their birthday surprise parties, and me and Tequila had a conversation that did not go well.
Got
you
it,
go.
man. Well, this is episode 119, man. It's the Corner Convo, man. We out.
We are oppressed. We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Y'all are fucking dope. Y'all are fucking dope.
Appreciate it, bro.